Hello Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to September. Here are the big dates to write down. I'll also put them in the description box down below. The month of September starts with the Virgo energy in your 12th house that stays with us until the Sun moves into Libra, your first house, on September 23rd. Mercury is in Leo until September 8th, but is now direct and will be fully out of its shadow and back on the coffee by the 12th of September, having gone back into Virgo on the 9th. Venus is still in Libra, your first house, until September 22nd. So there's a lot of energy around your first house, your identity, beautifying yourself, looking good, feeling good. Especially you've had the South Node in your sign on your first house, on your Sun or your Moon since July 2023. The 12th house is also highlighted this month, so there'll be matters around charity, foreign travels, foreign money, self-undoing behaviors, addictions fall here, deep spirituality, creativity, divine inspirations, and spending time in rest or seclusion and rejuvenation. Ashrams and pilgrimages, pilgrimages in past lives all fall here in the Virgo 12th house. And then with your first house Venus lit up, both of these topics will be big all throughout the month. On September 2nd, the new moon at 11 degrees in Virgo happens in your 12th house and will oppose Saturn and Pisces in your 6th house of health and well-being, work and pets, and people you hire. It can feel a bit depressing, in spite of you trying to change some aspect related to that area. Maybe you're trying to change your job, but to do work that is more in alignment with your soul, or maybe you're having a pet issue and you're trying to travel to a distant shore and you're having some kind of blockage in your work area. And I'm sorry, I just had my dog come up. I'm going to pause this and try to move him. You could also be in seclusion trying to build up your health if you've had issues that have cropped up and be feeling a lack of progress where you're trying to get better and heal, or it's affecting your daily routines and work output. Also, some kind of soul searching might be happening now and you're withdrawing from socializing a little bit more at this time. A solution may show through Uranus and Taurus in your 8th house later in the month on the 17th when it makes a trine to the Sun and Virgo in your 12th, lighting that area up, freeing your mind somehow, especially if there's been some deep subconscious thoughts or problems. Also Mercury in the 12th house is there at the same time and will also trine Uranus in the 8th on September 24th. This could look like you're ready to let go of an old form of work and you're feeling stagnant or depressed in daily routines. Uranus the Liberator shows up and maybe the form of an astrology reading or an astrologer and points you in a more spiritual direction. The 12th house is a very spiritual house. Or you're shown a way to find yourself on a path of more spiritual work, and meditation is a way to, heal your mind and your body and free up thought patterns that are deeply ingrained. On September 6th, Mars moves into Cancer, your 10th house of career and reputation, father and father figures. This also can represent the government, the legacy you wish to leave behind. And over the next several months, sorry, my dog, he insists on being right next to me while I'm trying to read this. Over the next several months, Mars, due to the retrograde, will spend a lot of time between your Cancer 10th house and your Leo 11th house, highlighting large networks, big goals and dreams and lottery ones fall here. Also social causes, it's a luck house. If you're trying to start something new in terms of being more visible in the world, changing careers, taking a bold step and reaching for a new position, or joining large networks of people, maybe taking on a leading role in a social cause, put in the efforts now. And Saturn is over there, in your 6th house, demanding that you take care of your body and your health while you're working so hard. Before Mars retrogrades in Leo in December, Mars enters a shadow period on October 7th and won't clear until next spring. There could be a slowdown around work and career matters, big goals, dreams, wishes, internet-based projects. When Mars moves into Leo, you could be more active in group activities and desiring to collaborate with others as well. The desires of your 10th and 11th house will demand more review, more work, and a little bit more revision before everything moves fully forward next spring. But by then you could see results from the efforts being put in now. On September 14th and 15th, Jupiter and Gemini in your 9th house, a luck house, will trine over to Venus and Libra in your 1st house, or your sun or moon. This could have you feeling more beautiful, more social. Your higher mind could have you feeling like more expansive in thought. The 9th house represents our higher thinking. Maybe you're winning a court case, settling a legal dispute. With Saturn squaring Jupiter, because the square continues throughout this month, and then we'll feel another one in December, the money could take a little while longer than you originally anticipated. But with Venus here, I think overall the result will be one that you're happy with. Alternatively, you could be falling in love with a foreigner, as the 9th house rules foreign people, long distance travel, or you meet somebody while you're traveling, or maybe you're feeling a block or restriction in being able to travel to them. If you do a creative work, it could be off the charts at this time. A great idea could come to you. And again, with Saturn here, just remember that it will require you to put in more efforts, to obtain that desired result, but not to give up. On September 17th, the full moon in Pisces, partial lunar eclipse happens at 25 degrees. I know in the August video I said the eclipse cycle is a 1.5-year cycle. I was dealing with my own Mercury retrograde issue, and I had said the nodes were shifting in the spring. The nodes will actually move into the Pisces-Virgo axis on January 11th, 2025, and last for 1.5 years. The eclipses on the Pisces-Virgo axis are starting now. We're right in the middle of at the beginning, in the middle, and we're in it. We're in the mix of the eclipse cycle now. This will happen all the way until 2027, so lasting roughly 2 years and 5 months. The themes that will start to unfold now and going forward will be around your Pisces 6th house of health, daily routines. If you're self-employed, it's the people that you hire. This is the house that what you have to do every day, the mundane, to take care of your health, your diet. It's where service people fall, health practitioners. It's also a house of open enemies, tradespeople. It's your vitality. Open enemies are ruled also by the 7th house, and we have hidden ones that fall in our 12th house, the Virgo house, which is the other end of this axis. If you have had issues with people who work for you or with you, this could come to light. A hidden enemy at work, for example, or toxic person, toxic boss, and this could maybe be a reason for all that Martian 10th house activity. Maybe you're working hard to change the work that you do to get away from an undesirable work situation. You can also have sudden help through Uranus and Taurus in the 8th house, beaming over to that Sun in Virgo in the 12th. And then Pluto is at the edge of your 4th, getting ready to finish up the work that Pluto has done in Capricorn, your 4th house of home and family, hovering on the edge of your 5th house of love, romance, and luck. What does this mean? So basically you have a grand earth trine that is happening between your 4th house, your 8th house, and your 12th house. This could help you make significant and lasting changes. These are earthy. This is an earth trine, which is very solid and stable, also sometimes slow moving, but with Uranus, things can move along a little quicker. The lasting changes would be liberating and transformational for you in the areas of your health, your work, and your home. And you can make these changes without a lot of disruption with the flow of these planets all flowing together in this trine. There's also a kite formation involved, but I'll save that for a separate post. You could be wanting to let go of that toxic career, pursue a career, maybe metaphysics or mystery writing. And the opportunity to do so can come through with ease or in a surprising way. Or maybe a difficult health issue comes to light, but the opportunity to heal is readily available to get you on the healing path. It may require you to spend time in isolation, but I think you probably wouldn't mind, especially if a work or a job has been a burden and, people in the workplace or just problems at work have been exposed, even if it's just to you. You do have Venus here again in your 1st house, trining over to Jupiter in the 9th, so I think you're really protected. And more than that, you could really be looking beautiful. Maybe you're dealing with jealousy in the workplace. So if this isn't a work or health issue, and this is affecting Libras from 18 to 28 degrees, being away with a partner could be a possibility somewhere, or you could have to travel long distance, and this could be lucky and even transformative for you. You could be leaving even and shifting house and home, a place that you've spent your whole life, and moving to a foreign place for a partner, but also for work. It seems as if you are in a big birthing process somehow and becoming someone new entirely, as there is this moksha house liberation trine going on between your 12th, your 4th, and your 8th house. And these are the houses that we walk through the shadows and do our hardest work to get to the more vibrant and joyful houses of the 1st, 5th, and 9th. Plus, you've had the South Node kind of draining your energy since July 2023, but will soon leave by 2025 of January, further enhancing the story of rebirth and transformation. I pulled a tarot card for you for extra advice from the ethers, and the Hierophant is what came out. It's a major arcana and can represent Taurus. It come out reversed and can sometimes represent like a controlling figure in your life when it's in the reverse, but also this can be turned around into the upright position. Taurus also highlights the 8th house for you, and it is a part of that trine that I just mentioned. And the 8th house can represent, trauma, power struggles, deep intimacy with a serious partner, shared resources, magic, and the occult. It is one of the dark houses of the wheel, but can also represent deep transformations and a rebirth before moving on to the brighter luck house, which is your 9th house, where you currently have Jupiter. So once those like darker or more difficult issues or subconscious patterns that have been deeply ingrained have been handled, and maybe with the help of a teacher, or a spiritual or religious guide, you can start moving to the light of the 9th house with a change in your belief system and the way that you think. The Hierophant can also represent spiritual knowledge, also guiding you to your spiritual path, leading you to the 9th. On a simpler note, this can show up as a sign of money coming to you, but maybe there is a current holdup or a block. Since I mentioned earlier that you may have a legal contract with the law house lit up, the 9th house, it can be winning a court case with Jupiter there in the 9th, or separating via divorce. If that's been something in the cards, that would be something that you've been aware of for a while. The 9th house can represent legal situations in the law, and Venus in your money house, the 2nd. On September 23rd, the sun moves into your 1st house until October 22nd, just as Venus leaves and enters Scorpio. Into your another money house is being lit up, your 2nd house of bank accounts, money, food, self-worth, what you value, your mouth and your throat. You could be focused on beautifying your face in particular with Venus here over in the 2nd over the next few weeks, maybe cosmetic procedures or facials, teeth whitening. Overall, you could just be feeling more attractive in general and looking good to other people as well. On the 27th, Mercury enters your 1st house, sun or moon, and you could be on the move more locally within your local community, or even long distance with Jupiter sitting over there in the 9th. But, that Father Time Saturn over there, he might be just creating a bit of an obstacle or a block in order to do so. If you've had beauty procedures, you could be looking more youthful right now, especially with Mercury transiting your 1st house. Self-expression becomes easier now, and you could be feeling more energetic and social since Mercury has left the house of seclusion, your 12th house. On September 29th through the 17th, we end the month on a beautiful note. Mars in Cancer will trine Venus in Scorpio. Since Venus is your ruler and is now in the 2nd house, a house that Venus naturally rules, it's also a money house, trining up to the 10th, your house of career. This could look like money coming in from career matters, or you could get auspicious results from work well done. It would have been hard work, a boost in your reputation, and money and an increase of self-esteem will follow. You could be feeling very driven to obtain tangible resources, luxury items, also to reflect this change in your status. You could be very driven in your work life to go after big goals and what you do in the world and what you want to be known for now. Your face could literally be earning you money as well, as the 2nd house can relate to your face. Or maybe the way that you speak, or if you speak for a career, can have you being known now, or attracting attention over from the 10th house. Take care, Libra. I'm sorry about my dog. He was breathing heavily in the background, and there really wasn't much I could do about it. All right, we'll see you in October.